Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about what happens when we have Jupiter placed in the second house in your birth chart. So, I am a Vedic astrologer, as you guys know, and so if you are interested in purchasing any of my Vedic astrology readings or any of the stuff that I have to offer, all listed right here and right here and right here. Yeah, go check out my website, gebotheshaman.com. And yeah, let's get into Jupiter in the second house. So, what does it mean? What does it mean when we have Jupiter in the second house? Well, we need to understand what Jupiter means, and then we'll talk about what the second house means, kind of put them together, and create our own analysis from that. So, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, knowledge, spirituality. It is the priest, it is the guru. In fact, in the Vedic culture, they call Jupiter Guru. So, Guru is just teacher. It's somebody who has more knowledge and wisdom than you do. So, it is, it's a teacher. It's someone who teaches you. So, Jupiter is all about religion, all about spirituality, about higher education, philosophy, and teaching. So, anyway, that's pretty much what Jupiter is all about. And then we have the second house, which is basically, so the second house is things like our wealth, our assets, like the accumulated wealth that we get, especially in like inherited wealth and like savings and things like that. So second house is the house of your savings, and house of your inheritances and stuff can be seen by that. And yeah, so it's basically like, your values. It can be not only like physical money, it can be just anything of value to you. So what you value, family values, what you were taught to value as a child by your family. And so usually people have a very consistent worldview. Their worldview doesn't really change much from when they were kids, unless they try to do that themselves, or unless they have, some, planetary position or propensity to change their worldview by their own, looking into things and stuff like that. So Jupiter here, so basically the second house is like the values that you got from your family, like your morals, your ethics, things like that. It's the value that you have of yourself. So how you view yourself, and it's like how, like, I guess you could also say this second house is like your self-love, because this is basically it's the 11th from the 4th house. So the second house is the 11th from the 4th house. So that is, what is the 11th house? The house of gains. So what is the 4th house? The house of your mother. So the second house is what your mother has given you. So our mothers give us our self-esteem, our love, and we basically internalize our mother's love and take that on and give and have self-esteem from it. So second house is self-esteem, how we value ourselves. Esteem is just like value or love. And so, what happens when we have Jupiter in this placement? Well, this placement can give you extremely good wealth, like long-term wealth, like people talk about being like the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Well, if you have this position, you probably have some generational wealth going on. Something that has been passed down to you, and something that grows with time. And that's another thing. Like, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, so anything that has been inherited from your family has, they started with, what they had, and it accrued over time, expanding and growing larger. So Jupiter here can give you a lot of wealth. It can give you a lot of just like a lot of value in regards to spiritual knowledge, or it doesn't even have to be that, but it can be religion, philosophy, higher education, teachings of some kind, spirituality, something like that. So this means that you will have a value for, you'll basically love and value spirituality. So, so this is, second house is what you love. And Jupiter being here is spirituality, knowledge, wisdom, enlightenment. So if you have this position, you would want to go towards like enlightenment and finding a guru and finding a spiritual teacher, and you'll have to see what sign is here, because if it's like Pisces or something, you're really going to go into spirituality very heavily. But if it's, if it's like more like let's say Virgo, you're going to go into finance. Virgo being an earth sign, relating to like finances, and you could be a financial analyst, an accountant, something like that. So yeah, so let's see here. So what else is Jupiter in the second house? So definitely a love for spirituality, or even like you could go into like higher education, become a college professor or something like that. Second house is also your vocal cords, your like your throat, your speech, things like that. So you could like to talk a lot. Of course, you're going to want to look at where your Mercury is placed and and what Gemini is doing, but that's a fair assessment. Because what does Jupiter bring? Jupiter just brings abundance, growth, expansion. So you'll like to talk a lot. And it'll probably be, you'll like to talk about your spiritual values, about spirituality and things like that. So could be the case. And then let's see. Yeah, I think I covered everything. I'm just looking at the time. I think I got everything covered, so that I wanted to cover. So alrighty, that does it for me. If you guys want to stick around, I have some advertisements to pawn on you. I have my Vedic Astrology certification course, which is basically a great course that walks you through step A through step Z of how I go about doing a Vedic astrology reading. And you don't need to be an astrology genius. You just need to basically know the basics, and I walk you through, step A through step Z of how I do an astrology reading, and how I, get clients and stuff. So not only that, when you pass the certification exam, I basically give you your own free website, so you can advertise through your own means, through social media or whatever, or you can advertise, like I'll have you on the channel and I'll advertise for you and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to expand and get astrology clients, become a Vedic astrologer and learn a lot about it. So there you go. Alright, and then we have the Vedic astrology readings. This is the readings that I offer. Those are basically my standard reading that I do for everybody. And then I have readings where I specialize in career and relationships and things like that. So you can check that out. And I also have my birth time rectification service. So if you are not sure of your exact birth time, which is very, it's critical that you have an exact birth time when you are, looking into astrology of any kind. And so Vedic astrology is the easiest system to find your exact birth time. So answer a few simple questions and I will have it down to the minute, which is pretty good. Most Vedic most astrologers in general can only get it down to like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, but that's not really accurate, so I like to get it down to the exact minute. So then we have the Cosmic Qigong. So Cosmic Qigong and the Self-Transformation Challenge. This is just basically a beginner's course in Qigong, and this is like more advanced, and it combines other energy systems like Kundalini Yoga and the lightning energy of the heart center, and the and like meditation and Qigong and things like that. So those are both awesome courses. And then we have the distance energy healing. So I use the practices that I do in there, and I combine them with Reiki and with shamanic healing practices and send that beautiful healing energy to you. And then we have, we have the career coaching and the life coaching. So if you're one of those people who is, depressed and struggling in life, and you just don't know what you want to do with your life, it's really important that you find that out. Find out what you want to do, because you can do anything. If I can do something, you can do something. So that's the great thing about the career coaching, is because it basically walks you through a process to find your perfect career, your perfect the thing that you want to do with your life. And it doesn't have to even be a career like, most people think of a career as a 9 to 5. Well, what I'm doing is technically a career, but it's you know, very different, and I have my own hours and things like that. So anyway, let's see. Then we have the ritual magic courses and qigong courses. The ritual magic courses are great because they basically attune you with the energies of the universe, calling upon the 8 directions and using the runes and things like that to align your energy with that of the universe. And when it's aligned, guess what? You get your wishes fulfilled when you align with the universe. So it's an awesome program. Anyway, guys, so if you're interested in any of the stuff that I have to offer, then you can go to gebotheshaman.com and check everything out there. Peace.